Starter comes in, he's sick, and I needed a starter. I called several people and finally was able to get a hold of JD, who was at some festival, music in Saturday Park.
Had a beer before Saturday in the park. I was volunteering, delivering ice, and then I checked my phone just to see what time it was, and I saw I had 10 missed calls. And Mongo texting me saying, "Call me back ASAP." And so that was about 3:15. I had to find somebody to take over my shift because I didn't want to leave the Saturday in the park folks hanging, and ended up on the bump at 6:05 that night here in Lewis and Clark Park.
That night at Lewis and Clark Park, Scholten would go 6 2/3 innings, only giving up 2 runs in a quality start and a win. But in a league where pitchers nearly half his age have been struggling, Scholten has found success in his first 2 starts, with the key to that success perhaps being simplicity.
You know, he's mature, so he's just going to throw strikes and let guys get themselves out. So that's what he did, and he did that his second start too. He's not trying to trick anybody. He's not trying to strike people out. He's trying to make you get yourself out.
That strategy has worked through 2 starts for the Iowa State representative, but don't get it twisted. Scholten has been working towards this for a long time.
The perception that I just got off the couch and did this that's not the truth whatsoever. This has been about 4 years in the making, but I've just been working on my body, working just on my mechanics and the mental side of baseball, and it's got me to this point.
Time will tell how Scholten and the Explorers will finish out the season, but the Iowa State representative just loves the fact that he is back out for at least one more run in the sun.
Any moment I get to be on the bump at 44 years old is a blessing, especially how wonderful the mound is here. I love pitching at Lewis and Clark Park, and so just try to let this thing ride. It's been a whirlwind of about a week and a half, but it's been one of the greatest weeks and a half of my life.
Now, Scholten's next start is actually this Friday at Lewis and Clark Park when the Sioux City Explorers are hosting their rival, the Sioux Falls Canaries. Scholten's first pitch is going to be set for 7:05.